Hey guys, welcome back to Two Bad Decisions with Lauren Han. I'm Han, and today I'm coming at you solo just because this is a quick little intro before part 2 of Lauren Han versus personality test. Last week we took a personality test together, and this week you guys get to hear our results. So without further ado, here is part 2. Enjoy. See results. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I got the same thing as last time.
Yeah, I predicted some of these.
Amazing. Okay, so we have a couple of different things and so let's just go by category. So first one is mind, and it says this trait determines how we interact with our environment. What did you get?
I got 60% introverted, 40% extroverted. What did you get?
Oh, that makes sense. I got 12% extroverted and 88% introverted.
Makes sense. See, that's why I feel like I'm an ambivert sometimes, but also like more leaning towards introverted.
Yeah, dude, that was really accurate, I think, for you. That makes sense.
That one was good. Next one is energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. So I got 60% intuitive and 40% observant.
Oh my God, we're so similar. I got 63% intuitive and 37% observant.
Why are my numbers so clean?
Yeah, they said clean tens. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't understand. Is it more like going with the flow versus like sitting back and then making your decision? That's what I thought it was.
Like life's a wave, bro. Okay, for sure. Yeah. Okay, nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions.
Oh no.
What is yours?
67% feeling, 33% thinking. Yeah, they're right.
We're so similar. I got 31% thinking.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and 69% feeling. I don't know. I guess so. Yeah. I mean, a lot of my things are ruled by emotion, but yeah.
Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making.
Interesting.
I don't understand the options for this one, but what'd you get?
I got 54% judging and 46% prospecting.
Oh, we were really different on this one.
Oh my God, really?
I got 36% judging and 64% prospecting. I don't know.
Damn, I don't know what that means.
I would like to know.
Wait, reflects our approach to work, planning, and...
I just saw the last one.
I don't get it. Anyways, we'll skip over. Okay, identity. This trait underpins, I've never heard that, underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. What'd you get?
11% assertive, 89% turbulent.
Turbulent is such a good word for that. Dude, that's crazy.
That describes me really well.
I got 28% assertive and 72% turbulent. I don't really know what to...
Really?
What is turbulent?
Well, we both got... That makes sense, I think, for both of us.
Just like a little bit more than you, but like...
Yeah. What was your personality type?
I got advocate, INFJ-T. What is that? That's what I got before, INFJ. What did you get?
Oh, mine was just slightly different than yours. I got mediator, which is INFP-T.
Interesting. Okay, let's go down to the start reading part. And we can see all the fun things. Okay.
Just a moment. Would you? No, I don't want an email.
Okay. Wait, so did you say yours was INFJA?
INFPT.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Why?
Cool. No, I just saw like they were
so cool.
Yeah, there's so many details. Oh my God. Okay, you go first. So read what like the introduction thing for yours.
Just based on the name, I was like, I don't feel like this is me. But then I read it. And I'm like,
yeah. Okay.
Mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good even in the worst of people and events. I don't know if
No. Yeah. That's true.
It's a little true, but like I don't know, I feel like I'm just an angry person, so sometimes that doesn't always come through. Searching for ways to make things better. While they may be perceived as calm, nope. Reserved, nope. Or even shy, nope. Mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Aww. Compromising just 4% of the population. Aren't there like... There are quite a few of these, though, right?
There's like a... Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if you divide 100 by 16, like it would make sense that it's around 4% of them. They really tried to make me feel special. The risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type. But when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration.
Aww.
I think I agree with that. Like, when I found you guys, like, I was
Aww, that's so
like,
cute. I love that.
read your
Amazing.
introduction.
Okay, so mine says the advocate personality type is very rare, making up less than 1% of the population. No way. That's dope. Okay, but they nonetheless leave their mark on the world. Advocates have an inborn sense of idealism and morality, but what sets them apart is that they are not idle dreamers. These individuals are capable of taking concrete steps to realize their goals and make lasting positive impact. People
so yours
with this
is just like the more highly functioning version.
It's you, but no, I think ours are different. I think, let me see, let me read the rest. Okay, people with this personality type tend to see helping others as their purpose in life. Advocates can often be found engaging in rescue efforts and doing charity work. I hate to break it to you.
I'm calling the police.
Okay, however, the real passion is to get to the heart of the issue so that people need not be rescued at all. Oh, shit. That's why I want to teach. Yeah.
Yeah, that is you. That makes sense.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't want kids to be damaged.
Right.
I want to help them and to not be damaged. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like a root of the problem kind of personality.
Yeah, that's kind of, I like hearing it put that way. I don't know. I don't think it's like, it doesn't scream me, but I don't necessarily like disagree with too many things. But I'm definitely not like, oh, let me help you, you know?
Yeah. I think yours is like subtle, like, if that makes sense.
For sure. Okay, what else there's so many things. Let's go to strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is so exciting.
Accurate.
This is such a long episode, but I stopped caring a long time ago.
Right, like we started recording. I remember when we first started the podcast, we said we're capping at 50 minutes, and that was just a lie.
Yeah. This is going to be a passion project of mine, a 2-hour episode. So.
Wait, it's our 10th episode. I just realized that. That's
Yay.
like, special episode.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So advocates. Oh, here, read your strengths first.
Mediator strengths. So I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing. It feels like a backhanded compliment, but idealistic.
Okay.
Seek and value harmony. Open-minded and flexible. Very creative. Passionate and energetic. Dedicated and hardworking. Some of them feel a little off the mark, but I
can see it.
Like generally, all right. I'll take it.
I think this is like when we're not spiraling, this is like the best, like the best of the best. It's when like I'm not, yeah, when I'm feeling not sad or like not having a breakdown. Okay, so it says my strengths are creative, insightful, inspiring, and convincing. What does that mean? Convincing. Okay. Decisive, determined and passionate, and altruistic.
Definitely. Okay, the last one's, if I have this right, doesn't that mean when like you work for the good of like
yeah, exactly,
everyone, you know what I mean?
Like it says advocates will not engage in any actions or promote beliefs just to benefit themselves. I don't know if that's true. I don't want to be like,
okay, so I always thought altruism was like you do what's right even if it doesn't benefit yourself, or even if it doesn't benefit you. Like it's like when people from like privileged systems like want to dismantle them. Like it's kind of, that's what my idea of it was.
I don't think that really resonates with me, but that's cool. I don't see that in me, but go on.
I think I see it in you.
Thanks. What are your weaknesses?
See, this is why I was like, it's a backhanded compliment, because you know how my first positive was idealistic? Well, here's my first weakness. Too idealistic.
Aw.
That is a backhanded compliment. I'm going to read a cap from it.
Okay.
Mediators often take their idealism too far, setting themselves up for disappointment as again and again evil things happen in the world. I feel like that's very true.
That's so on the head. On what's the phrase?
On the nose.
On the nose, not on the head. Yeah.
That's so on the head.
Me too. Okay. What else?
I also got too altruistic, which I don't know, but
I can see that. Yeah.
It depends. Like, I feel like a selfish person. So, the first line says mediators sometimes see themselves as selfish.
Amazing.
But yeah, okay. Impractical, yeah, makes sense. These are also like, you know what I mean? Like very like, if you were writing a character, these were some traits you'd put on like that. But this next one, dislike dealing with data.
What?
Which feels like more of like a personal preference.
I think so. Whoever wrote this was like mad. Like
they were like, they really hated my type. That was like, okay.
Thank
like
you.
Someone really didn't want to like code the website, so they threw that in. Taking things personally, I also got, which is very true.
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
difficult to get to know. I don't know about that.
No.
I feel like maybe like in a sense of like actually like, you know, like talking about real things and not just like using trauma as a front. But like
no, I can see that. Like I thought for a while like it felt like I don't know, like it, you know, like where there was like a point before where like it wasn't as deep and then it hit a breaking point and then I felt like we could share personal things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know when exactly that happened either.
I don't know either. But it was like a dam. Like she exploded.
All of a sudden you knew way too much. All right, what are your weaknesses?
Okay. First one is extremely true. Sensitive. Yes. Extremely private. I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, I'm kind of private.
Yeah, I think you lean more towards private.
For sure. Perfectionist. Yes.
Yeah.
Always need to have a cause. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I guess so.
I think maybe it's not a need, but like you definitely have one most of the time.
And then last one is can burn out easily. Yikes. Yeah, interesting.
Also, is yours also like, you know how they have the little tag below it goes mediator, INFP-T, and then it says diplomat underneath, like it has a little tag. If you scroll up, I think.
So I scroll up?
Yeah, like it's like the, you know, the little avatar.
Oh, yeah. Character. I see it. Yeah. What did you have?
Say?
Oh, mine says
diplomat.
Mine says diplomat, and then it says constant improvement. Oh, it says this. Wait, what'd you get?
This is mine.
Aw, cool. Okay, romantic relationships.
Okay.
I feel like these are pretty accurate. I'm impressed.
I'm
like
so
far.
For this. I always get like squeamish about it. Okay, I'd like to say this is what I imagine, like if I wasn't like hung up on the idea that like relationships aren't for me.
Okay.
I imagine maybe that I'm trying to let go of that. Like,
okay.
Because in my head, that was Mariel.
Aww.
In my head, relationships just like it's not like a thing for me. Okay. So with that in mind, mediators are dreamy idealists, and in the pursuit of the perfect relationship, this quality shows strongest. Never short on imagination, mediators dream of the perfect relationship, forming an image of this pedestal.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to say pedophile. Oh. I was scared.
I was like, why would they put that in there? Is it pedestal? Like
pedestal? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Pedestaled idea that is their soulmate, playing and replaying scenarios in their heads of how things will be. This is a role that no person can hope. He
said no, heart.
And people with the mediator personality type need to recognize that nobody's perfect and that relationships just don't magically fall into place. They take compromise, understanding. Did they have to like say it like that?
Jeez. They went for your throat. They said, no, you can't. That's not possible.
They did that to me the other day too, where they gave me therapy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't see that for you.
I don't know about that. I feel like the second part I think is true. I don't really have like this picture in my head of like how I say like I don't know where I'll be when I'm 30. Or even like 25 or graduated or whatever. It just that doesn't work. Like my brain doesn't work like that. I don't think about like oh my God, like this is my perfect, like this is what my soulmate would look like. I
Mm,
don't
yeah.
have that idea in my, sometimes I do agree. I'll take people and put a lot more into them than there is
Mm-hmm.
in like that sense. Like I'll imagine that, you know, things are actually mean a lot more than they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, but I don't know if I agree that I'm
I don't.
like I'm, you know, I have this idea of what I think I put people on a pedestal, yeah, but
Yeah, but I don't think you're like dreamy and like imagining like
yeah,
the perfect relationship. I definitely don't see that.
yeah, it just I don't know, that's just not really something I think about. Like that isn't like
Mm-hmm.
a need for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right,
Interesting.
your turn.
Okay. This is looking accurate from what I skimmed. Okay. So, when it comes to romantic relationships, advocates take the process of finding a partner seriously, not one for casual encounters. People with the advocate personality type
Casual
in,
encounter.
instead look for depth and meaning in the relationships. Absolutely true. Right
Yeah.
on the nose, as they say, not the head.
I think
Um,
we're both of these are like also how we deal with friendships a
I
little
think
bit.
so. I think that's really accurate. Okay. Advocates will take the time necessary to find someone with whom they truly connect. Once they found that someone, the relationships will reach a new level of depth and sincerity
Ooh.
with which most people can only dream. Damn.
Oh my God, Han, you're living life on like pro mode.
Wow. Let's see.
Wow.
Getting to that point can sometimes be a challenge for potential partners, especially if they're impatient, because they're often perfectionist and picky. People with this personality type aren't easily talked into something they don't want. Yeah. Jeez, I'm
That's so
so
true.
like that. Yeah. If someone doesn't pick up on that, they are unlikely to be forgiven, particularly in the early stages of dating. That's so true.
That makes a lot of sense for you.
Whoa. That's crazy.
I feel like yours is very accurate in that sense.
Wow. And then it says at the end, if there's anything they have for, wait, if there's anything they have a poor tolerance for in a relationship, it is a lack of authenticity. Absolutely true. Nailed it.
Yeah, I think as the more I read, I was kind of skimming as you were like
Mm-hmm.
talking. Like if there's this one line that says like mediators aren't necessarily in a rush to commit,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe
it does.
that's if that's something I decide that I want in the future, um maybe that's how I'll be. I just that's you know when like part of your brain just isn't open
Mm-hmm.
and like it just doesn't work. Like I don't think about that because it's not open to me. Like
Yeah.
it's just maybe one day in the future that's how I'll be. Um but yeah, no, I think I agree. Like I'm not very like interested in committing to someone or really in a
Hmm.
rush.
Interesting. Yeah. If I wasn't in a relationship, I have that part of my brain open, but I'm not really like itching to use it at all. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
nothing comes, nothing comes, and that's okay. Um, so yeah, that's how I think. So we're kind of like similar in that like not really like rushing to commit, but like for me, like if it, if someone's there, they're there, you know?
Yeah. I think that's where we slightly differ is because even if someone's there, sometimes it doesn't like
Yeah.
work for me.
No,
It's just
yeah.
not something I want for the most part, I want to say.
Interesting.
Sorry if that's really depressing, but
No,
it's
it's
just not
not.
I don't know.
It's interesting. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Friendship.
Friendships. Okay. What's
I'm
yours?
really curious to like hear yours.
Okay. Do you want to go first or me?
Sure.
Okay.
Um the true friends of people with the mediator personality type tend to be few and far between. That's very true. But those that make the cut are often friends for life. Oh.
Aww.
The challenge is the many dualities that this type harbors when it comes to being sociable. Oh my God, I feel like this is going to be true already because I like feel very conflicted about how I'm social. Mediators crave the depth of mutual human understanding, but easily tire in social situations. Yes. They're excellent at reading into others' feelings and motivations, but are often unwilling to provide others the same insight into
Ooh.
themselves. Oh, so does that mean I'm closed off?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
are a little
a
bit.
little bit, I think.
Yeah, it
I
takes
think
a
I
takes
like
a
to
second.
I think I like to parade that I'm a lot more open than I am, but it's just like things that don't mean a lot to me, but
Mm-hmm.
like are like very shocking to other people. So it comes off as more open.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
yeah.
true. That is true.
Um It's so mediators like the idea of human contact, but not the reality of social contact. Jeez.
That's true, dude.
That's very
Why is
true.
this so accurate? I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I'll text Hannah and be like, I made a joke where I was like, if I had a partner, they could only come over to shower because I want to play with shaving cream on the wall. Like in my head, that's all good and well. But if anyone were to actually like try to commit their time to me, I think I'd vomit. I really would. Very nice in theory. Don't try it, please. Anyways, what's yours?
Let's see. It says there is a running theme with advocates, and that is a desire for authenticity and sincerity in their activities, their romantic relationships, and their friendships. People with the advocate personality type are unlikely to go for friendships of circumstance. They avoid situations like workplace social circles or chatting up their local baristas, where the only thing they'll really have in common is regular contact. People with this personality type seek out others who share their passions, interests, and beliefs. They create friendships with people with whom they can explore philosophies and subjects that they believe are truly meaningful. They nailed it. How did they do that?
That's you.
I don't make school friends because I feel like it's all circumstance and I don't really like them, which I don't really like them.
I make school friends on accident. You know how sometimes I'll just be a little too friendly, and then people like at the beginning, and people like hold on to that for months. Melanie did that, and Han has this gift where she doesn't have to do that, and like make everyone like her immediately, and I do that, and I decide I don't like them later on, but it's too late because I made them like me on accident. Yeah. But yeah, Han has this gift where she just.
I don't engage.
Off like not engaged, and it works so well for you.
Yeah.
But if I were to do that, I think I'd cry.
Wow, crazy. That's so weird. I've never heard it put like that, and I feel so understood. They really got me.
Yeah, I like these. Do you want to go to parenthood?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of this one.
If it's gonna tell me, see, I hate things like. I know that I'm like good with kids or whatever, and it feels like a curse. Because like I don't really want children.
Yeah.
And so it feels like one of those things I'm like, this is a useless skill. And so whenever I read like parenthood things, or like zodiac parenthood things, it's always like, you be a good parent, like very loving. I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting. Like, can I give this to someone? Like,
that's so funny. What does yours say?
Oh, I'm like nervous. I'm sweating. People who share the mediator personality type share a tendency not only to strive to learn and grow as principled, moral individuals, but to bring like-minded people on that journey with them. In their own subtle, often shy way, mediators want to lead others forward as kindred spirits. I don't know. They will find no greater opportunity for this than in parenthood. Wow. I don't know. I feel like there's better ways.
Yeah.
Easier ways, less expensive ways. From the start, mediator parents are warm, loving, and supportive. See, I hate when I read stuff like this because I feel like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And take immeasurable joy in the wide-eyed wonder of their children as they explore, learn, and grow. People with the mediator personality type will give their children the freedom they need to do this, keeping an open mind and letting their children gain their own sense of understanding.
I can see that.
Yeah,
if you were parenting like a kid.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
If I were to have children, that's how I'd want to raise them. I'm not sure that's exactly how it would go because I feel like I just really up. But
yeah, but like the idea of just like giving them the space.
Right. It says provide a backdrop to this freedom and experience, establishing a set of morals and values that guide the liberty with a sense of personal responsibility. Yeah, I'm definitely not. I find it weird. There's this TikTok trend going around where people are like, they're like obviously very young teenagers. They're like 16, 15, 16. Some are even like 14 years old. And they're talking about the rules that they would set for their children. And they're like, you can drink anything as long as you tell me, you can smoke anything as long as you tell me. I'm like, well, I mean, I would prefer that my kid would be safe and in my house, but that doesn't mean I'm like giving them drugs. Like,
yeah.
It made me feel so weird because I'm like, of course you think that. Like, I thought that when I was 14, 15, 16 too. And while I think that like it's important to let your children be free to experience things and make their own mistakes. Um, I don't know that you should hook them up with your plug. I don't think that's, that's what
Yeah.
that reminded me of. Like,
Yeah.
establish some values and morals. And like, if your kid does participate in something you don't necessarily agree with, do your best to like monitor them. And like, also they're your kid, and like, you can kind of just ground them.
Yeah. I don't
But
know. I think like I don't know. I mean, I get the whole like you want to know where they are and you want to make sure that they're
mhm.
safe, whatever they're doing. But also like, I don't know. What if they turn out and they're just like, what if they're me and they're like, I have no interest, but you're like, here, have some beer at the house while I'm watching you. Like,
Right, I
what if
feel
they
like
don't want to?
right. I feel like a lot of it's about choice. Like, I'm not necessarily there are a lot of things like obviously I'd rather have my kid doing in the house than other places.
Hmm.
But like I don't understand like those kids on TikTok, they're like, you can do any drug you want in my house as long as you're in my house. Like, you're giving your child coke.
Like
I don't
what?
like there's some things I can like sympathize with because like I'm for the legalization of like
Hmm.
marijuana, quite obviously. Like
Yeah.
but it's more of like in a sense of like decriminalization and
Yeah,
stuff
like
like that.
people not going to jail for that for a long
Right,
period of
that's
time
like more what I'm
or at all.
talking about, but like also I think that's a choice. Like it's your
Yeah.
choice to use it recreationally.
I mean, yeah. I
Oh,
I what? Sorry.
oh sorry, I was gonna say sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just like I don't know. I wouldn't want my 14-year-old doing that.
Hmm.
Um, but I'd prefer it in the house. I guess I don't know how exactly I'd handle that situation. I wouldn't let my child do that.
Hmm.
But if they were to, again, in the house.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like these like people who talk like that, I'm just like, why don't you set your kid up to be like to not hide things from you? Like that's what
Right.
happens. It's like if they feel free to be like, "Hey, I'm going to a party and they're all drinking or whatever." Then like
Right.
I don't know, then at least they're not sneaking around. That's like where the fear is for me. I don't want my
Hmm.
kids sneaking around me like because they can't tell me anything. Like,
Right. I think
yeah.
if I were to have kids, I'd want it to be like, I think about this a lot for someone who doesn't want children, but I'd want it to be like an open environment where we can just, we can talk and like,
Me too.
I don't, I have so many like conflicting feelings about this because it was weird to see like young teenagers doing that trend and being like, you're young, of course you think that you're projecting what you want your parents, like what
For
rules you want
you
your
right
parents
now.
to have for you. Um,
Yeah.
but that's not how parenting someone works. And sometimes you have to do things that like
Hmm.
maybe your kid's not gonna like. But
And
I
that's
know a lot
life.
of people start smoking around like 14 years old because that's when you start high school.
God.
But like I know a lot of my friends that did, but
Hmm.
I don't know if that's something I'd want my child to choose as a minor. Um, Maybe
Hmm.
as an adult, like I mean that's your choice at that point. But I'd want them to let me know at
Yeah.
least.
There's just a balance to be reached where between like we're not being like, yeah, cool, you're 14 and you want to sleep at your boyfriend's house and drink and smoke, like
Right.
cool. But there's like it's between that and then being so strict that they never tell you anything and they sneak out and do it anyway.
Hmm.
There's that balance. There's a place in between. There has to be, where
And
I
I
think,
also
yeah.
like I understand. I would have loved if like people of any gender could come over and like have a sleepover, like in a non like relationship kind of way.
Hmm.
But the idea that you're letting your 14-year-old like be having like sleepovers with their usually it's an older partner and usually an
Hmm.
older boyfriend.
Yeah.
Something about that just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
And
I
again, it's
mean,
one of
yeah,
those things
no.
where I'm like, obviously, I would want my child to let me know, but like at the same time, I think it's the difference between having like an open conversation versus like handing them
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
like
And saying
just
like,
copious amounts of drugs and like
yeah. And there's a difference between like tell me what you're up to and like do whatever you want. You know what I mean? As long as
right,
you
like
tell me. Like
we can
there's
talk about it, but
yeah. And
that
like
doesn't mean you can do anything you want.
'cause like okay, sorry, but I just feel like some parents now and like some people who like are thinking about how they want to parent, they just don't know. You can say no, and your kid
Right,
they're gonna hate you maybe, but that's life. That happens. They get mad. I get mad,
right.
that's just a thing and you'll get over it. but you can still have like a good relationship with your kid, and you can tell them no sometimes and they'll get mad at you, and that's okay.
Because that's no matter what, your kid's gonna end up mad at you.
Yeah,
Happens.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I don't know. That was kind of long-winded.
That was long, but yeah. Interesting
that's how
topic.
I feel about children mostly, or like parenthood.
I really enjoy talking about parenthood, but I still am not on board with being like, I can't wait to be a mother. Like, I'm not there at all. I don't want that.
I don't understand. And I don't want to be judgy, because obviously like feminism is about, supporting all women's choices for like, I mean, whether it's career or motherhood or both or neither, I guess. I don't know. But something about like, I just can't wait to be a mother. Like, feels weird to me.
Yeah.
It's not something I can subscribe to.
No, yeah. But dude, it's crazy. Like, it's weird because like I've had like, who has told me this? Matt is like this and Gabe is like this. They're all dudes and they're like, they want to be fathers. And that freaks me out. I'm like scared of them. I'm like, how are you there?
I'm terrified.
I don't get it.
Wow. And how old are
Matt? Gabe's same age as me, and then Matt's a year younger, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like,
that's crazy.
They're like slightly younger, but when someone's younger than you and you just like babies. Like,
I actually forget all the time. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that freaks me out on so many levels, because I'm like, how are you there mentally at all?
How are you that sure too?
Yeah.
Like, that is
they want to have families. Commitment. That scares me.
I guess that actually does, in my head, like, how there's like the societal stereotype that like women are just yearning to be mothers. And I think sometimes we see that, just like people parroting that. Because I know I did when I was younger. I used to tell people I wanted 6 kids because grandma had 6 kids. Yeah. And I don't know.
I know. I told people I wanted 3 kids.
Twins. I thought I could make it happen.
Oh my God.
But like, I think it's a lot easier for, no offense to like any of your friends, but for men to say that like,
oh yeah,
I can't wait for fatherhood. Because I mean, also, I think it's like very endearing. Let me just say that
it is very endearing,
sweet and cute. And
they have, but they have none of the anxieties of having a child come out of your body and like grow in your body. It scares me so much.
Like, right, that part's, I feel like I could deal with. Like, honestly, it's gross and I don't like it, but I could deal with it. What bothers me is like, that's like a point in your career you can't come back from. And like, I don't know, it just something about that, like, when you see like I talk about this all the time. So One Direction, it's about to be 3 of them are about to be dads, but 2 of them are dads.
Wow.
And like, that wasn't the end of their career. You barely hear about their children as is. They're kind of absent fathers.
Wow, that's so true.
But like, I don't know, there are very few women I think we hold on to, other than recently. But like, I'm talking maybe around like 2000s, 2010s, early 2010s, that we hang on to after they like have massive amounts of children.
Or like, well, what happens is it becomes part of their image, right? That they're a mother.
When I think about like Kim Kardashian, like, I think about her children as well.
I think of like Kelly Clarkson. She like dipped for a while and she came back, and now I just see her as a mom, which is fine. Like, but
it's not that that's a bad thing to be. It's just, it's so woven into your identity. Like, I don't know. I just think it's easier to say that you're very excited to be a father. One, because of like the physical tolls, obviously, but like that's not the end of something for you.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether I want it to be, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway.
They're also theater kids. I feel like that, I think I'm looking at a small pool of boys who do theater. So like, I feel like,
because I've never heard that before, other than like Grayson Dolan, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's also how I've like rationalized that I don't want children, is because the only situation I can see it happening in is like unrealistic situations, like Harry Styles or Grayson Dolan. Like, okay.
Oh, I can't even, no, that never happens in my brain.
I do that sometimes, because I do that a lot with things like that I don't want to happen. I like will fantasize about them in, not even necessarily fantasize, but I don't know the word, in like unrealistic contexts, so that I like can experience it at its full potential and know I still don't want it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should go to career paths. I'm
Yeah.
really interested in that.
I want to hear yours.
Okay, cool. So, it says advocates are likely to find that most corporate career paths are not designed for them, but for those focused on their status and material gain. Shit,
Oh.
that nailed it. Okay. However, people with this personality are able to find work that suits them in just about any field. In fact, advocates are likely to face the opposite problem. Many struggle to begin a career early on because they see 10 wildly different paths forward, each with its own set of rewards. This can be appealing but also heartbreaking because picking just one just means letting go of so much else. That is so true, except not too many
Mm-hmm.
things. I'm so torn between being like a choir director or like a drama teacher.
Mm-hmm. You also, I feel like we've talked about this on the podcast, but you also had the intention of being a creative writing major.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, working in publishing, that's also cool. Yeah, I do truly find it heartbreaking the fact that I have to choose like soon.
Mm-hmm. I
Makes me
think about
sad.
that a lot. I want to live like a million lifetimes where I can do everything that I've even had like a passing interest in. And
Yeah.
that's just not possible, and that freaks me out.
I want to make sure I do something that I love. That's like my main, and also the thing about corporate career paths not being designed for me. Yes. Yes,
Truly.
yes, sir.
I feel like
Let's,
that's pretty accurate for
yeah, it
you.
was all pretty accurate. Let me see. There's also, let me see if there's anything else of interest. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Advocate personalities need to find meaning in their work. Yeah. And to know that they're helping and connecting with people. Yeah. Basically, these are all things that make sense. What's yours?
Sorry, my eyes went out of focus. like, I wasn't here for a minute. Oh, it is perhaps more challenging for mediators to find a satisfying career than any other type. I feel like that's.
I thought you were just like talking. I didn't know you were
Oh.
reading. Yeah. And I was like, what? Okay.
Through intelligent. Wait. Through intelligent. Though intelligent. The regimented learning style of most schools makes long years earning an advanced degree a formidable undertaking for people with the mediator personality type. At the same time, that's often what's needed to advance in a field that rings true for them. I guess I agree. Like, ideally, I'd pursue law school, but I like the structure of school.
Me too.
I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm out of it. Like,
Yeah.
mediators often wish that they could just be doing what they love without the stress or rigor of professional life. I think I agree there. I like tend to work for jobs that are like, you know, when people there's this tweet that was like, what's your dream job? And someone's like, I do not dream of labor. Like, I make a lot of jokes about being like a capitalist slave. And
Yeah,
like,
you do.
but actually the jobs that I'm like leaning towards are more so products of capitalism, I guess. Not necessarily, because it exists in all, but I don't know. I just more like deeply associate it with capitalism. Even though I guess that's not really true, because the justice system needs to exist no matter what. But I guess the justice system as we know it is what I take issue with. Um, I don't know. I think I would like to do the things I'm pursuing without the stress of professional life, if that makes sense. Like, I'd like to be a lawyer, like, but not have to, I don't know, not have that like very cutthroat like environment. I think that's
Yeah,
what makes me nervous, is that
I
I
can see
really
that.
want to be like someone who, you know, takes on cases that I feel like can actually make a difference. But is that something that's even feasible? Like,
Yeah.
you know
So
what
it's
I mean?
like the idea is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, like I feel like I don't know, law is such a strange thing. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
explain it, like the aspects that you're talking about, when you explain it, it sounds like such a it sounds like something like teaching, like the way that it's like helping someone who
Mm-hmm.
needs help, you know? But then you like walk into like the environment of law is like so scary and intense.
Right, like
It's
I
so
don't want to
different.
be in constant competition with it's not that I don't like it, I just think it's unproductive.
Hmm.
Like, why there is no it's such a there's certain careers that have such weird like prereqs almost. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like
Hmm.
you have to be super cutthroat and super like like ready to take down anyone. And I just don't feel that way, because I don't think
Yeah.
that's what, you know, I don't know. I just don't think that's what's required. Why would I have to be, or why should I have to be in constant competition with other lawyers for that? That makes no sense. Or
That's
attorneys or
interesting.
whatever. There's like a difference when you pass your bar or something. You go from like lawyer to, I don't know. I feel like people are going to call me out on that one. But some mediators will prefer a still more personal touch, being able to work face to face with clients. That's what I like. Seeing that their personal effort really impacts another's quality of life. Service careers such as the first one they listed was massage therapy. Okay.
No,
I would
you would hate
touching
it. You'd
that
be
many
so
people,
pissed.
honestly. Yeah, no, not for me. Physical
That's funny.
rehabilitation, again, not a huge fan of touching other people. At my current job, like sometimes you have to like touch other people. I know it's like Corona, but sometimes you have to, like, that's just, that's what happens when you work at a school. Yeah, not a big fan of it. Would rather not, even if it's not Corona, just would rather not. Counseling, social work. I actually considered psychology at one point.
I could see that.
But I think that's the
I could
only
see you
one
doing
that
that.
really fit. Maybe social work, but
Yeah, okay. We've reached the
this is a trip.
conclusion. So would you like to read yours?
I didn't sound very excited about that, but I think I am. Few personality types are as poetic and kind-hearted as mediators. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think I'm very kind-hearted. I think I'm very mean. I'm mean-spirited.
You're not mean. You wanting to be cold-hearted?
I think I'd actually like it, because I come off very mean. So if I were actually like, I felt very cold on the inside and just like didn't care about anything, I think that would be a lot easier, because then I'd match. But unfortunately, I have feelings. So their altruism and vivid imagination allow mediators to overcome many challenging obstacles, more often than not brightening the lives of those around them. Mediators' creativity is invaluable in many areas, including their own personal growth. Yet mediators can be easily tripped up in areas where idealism and altruism are more of a liability than an asset. I think I agree there. Whether it is finding or keeping a partner, don't call me out like this, making friends, reaching dazzling heights on the career ladder, or planning for the future, mediators need to put in a conscious effort to develop their weaker traits and additional skills. And then there's just like a bunch of stuff that says, this is not a trick. You felt understood because you were.
I know, I saw that. I know, I have that too. Yeah, they followed like the same kind of like structure for everyone's, I'm sure. But mine says, few personality types are as passionate and mysterious as advocates. As someone with this personality type, your imagination and empathy make you someone who cherishes their integrity and deeply held principles. Unlike many other idealistic types, however, you are also capable of turning those ideals into plans and executing them. That is true. I will accept that. It's a nice compliment. Thank you. Yet advocates can easily be tripped up in areas where their idealism and determination are more of a liability than an asset. There are many areas of life where you may face challenges that at times can even make you question who you really are. Aside from navigating interpersonal conflicts, confronting unpleasant facts, pursuing self-realization, or finding a career path that aligns well with your inner core can cause internal frustration. Damn, that's all accurate.
I feel like mine was off the mark on some points, but there are some that were like, I think mostly it was pretty true. I just don't think my exterior matches.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think you come off in a lot of the ways that they
I come off
described
really
you.
mean. Like, and that's kind of true. So it's not like necessarily untrue. It's just a secretly have some feelings.
You don't come off as mean. You come off as like cool and like therefore like less.
Never been cool before.
But like then like and like less touchy-feely. That's like what the trade-off is. Like it feels like cool to the point of like, you know, like only vibes, no feelings, no. Okay, so we've had a long episode, and I don't know how I'm gonna edit this, but I'm gonna find a way.
2 parts.
Okay, so you can follow us on our Instagram at Two Bad Decisions Pod, and you can follow our shop Instagram at Shop Two Bad Decisions to be updated about like when we
Mm-hmm.
open and stuff.
We also
And
have
what
our
else?
resource list linked again. I think by this episode we should have. This is a relatively new one, and I think Han put it on there. The Jacob Blake case. So if you are so
Mm-hmm.
inclined, I know it's a pretty popular one. Like, it sounds weird to say it's popular, but you know what I mean. Like, I think a lot
But
of
yeah,
people have signed
well
it
known.
last time I checked. But
Mm-hmm.
if you haven't, that's a new one that we added on there, and you can always check it out anytime. It's in our description. Um, yeah, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
it. You got anything else?
No. Thanks for hanging out with us. This
Mm-hmm.
is a long one, but thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you guys
Bye.
next time.